over there.
Yeah.
You told me.
Yeah, okay.
Man, I'm sorry I had to get that. We had to write, we put the press release out.
Oh, you did? You did?
We put the press, it's going out this evening. It's going out this evening. We're gonna tell everybody exactly step by step what we did to show we ain't done anything wrong. And
Well, why would they blame it on you anyway now?
only they can answer that. Only they can answer that. I don't, you know,
Yeah.
they, should have taken a shot though.
Yeah, because they wouldn't say nothing about Wayne.
They've been out the window.
They would.
Yeah. They've been, I don't know, not them two, but some other people been out the window too.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I've got to make a change.
Yeah.
It's got to be done at the right time.
Right. My Lord finally called me a while ago and said he had a funeral. He was like, well, you could talk to the sheriff, but Swerve can't talk to him without me now. He just called me and told me. He was like, I got to be there now. And I was like, well, we got to get this case. I said, he's trying to help us with this case. And he said, well, y'all know everything happened. I mean, he can't incriminate himself without, I got to be there. I was like, but you know, the sheriff trying to help us. He said, yeah, but
that. Me and him talk.
I know. That's why I told him. But he didn't say nothing to you, did. But he said it to me. I'm like,
I told him, I said, I would go out and
that's what I'm saying. That's why.
Because there's nothing in the file. Nobody has full version of what happened.
And see, that's what I told him. And he was like, you can't let him talk to him without me, though.
Huh?
But you told him that.
Yeah.
And then
I told him I was going to come out here.
That's my daughter, my youngest. This is Sheriff.
Hey,
that's my oldest right there.
We met. We met once.
I think so.
Because I talked to you about playing football.
Yep.
We met right here. We met right here one of these.
Yeah.
It's been a few years ago though.
Yep. But yeah, he was saying that, he said that, well, just let Sheriff know, I'm going to have to get with him next week and I bring Swerve out. He just called me while I noticed he was at a funeral. That's why he had to call me back. I had been trying to get in touch with him. You know, I told Larry, I said, I've been calling, texting him. And then he called me a while ago, said he'd been at a funeral today and he can't make it up here or whatever. And he was like, just tell the sheriff, we're gonna have to, you can talk to him and explain some stuff to him or whatever, but I can't let Swerve do that. That just ain't right, because that's my client. And I called Larry about it, and Larry like, he gonna get mad if you let him do it and not want to represent him. So he done did that crap before to me.
But I wouldn't, if you paid him, I wouldn't go against him.
Yeah, cause he did that crap before. It was something, I was trying to, I forgot what I was trying to do, and he was like, I tell you what, if you go talk to somebody else, I think it might have been Judge Birch, maybe or something. He was like, you talk to somebody else, then I can't be your son-in-law no more. And that's what he was trying to act today. And I said, well, he's the only one. Right, we've been talking, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I told him. I said, well, we've been talking. And he was like, well, I can't do it till I'm there with him or whatever.
Let me do the talking right now. Let me do the talking.
Okay, and then.
So here's what I'm going to tell you.
And I got some stuff I want you to hear on here.
They got in 2020, they got 3 warrants on Squirrel. One is possession of a weapon during a violent crime.
Okay.
And then robbery or attempted robbery. 2 counts, one on each one of the same people involved in the shooting. Okay? Going back to 20, I didn't even know.
That's crazy.
Okay. And then in 22, on the shooting, accessory before a felony and accessory after a felony. And one on each of one of those 2. And then assault, attempted murder on each one of them. So there's 7, they got 7 warrants in the file.
That's crazy.
But you know what's not in the file?
What's that?
There's no medicals in the file. Now, you ain't got to be an experienced police officer to know, if you got 3 people being shot, you need to find out what, they can tell you about what caliber, but they might say it's either a 38 or 32, but they won't mistake a 22 with a 30, you know what I'm saying? Because my bet is, it's gonna be the same caliber for y'all, which means the guy came out and won the door, the one that shot everybody. That's what I think happened, Chucky, and I don't, but I don't have it, no better. No staple for squirrel, no,
And the thing about it is, I don't understand. The only time it could have been a robbery attempt is when the Trey guy tried to take the guy's gun. And that was him doing that.
the robbery now was in 2020.
Right, the same thing. Yeah. All of it was in 2020 when it happened. They didn't come. That's why I don't
No,
understand
the
why.
shooting was in 22.
No.
No, wait a minute. That's right, because they didn't, but here's the deal. They got the warrants.
They
That's
didn't
what I
sign
don't
the
understand.
warrant. They didn't
warrants for
sign the
robbery.
warrants
They
until
didn't sign the
22.
warrants on the shooting until 22.
That's what it was.
Why 2 years later?
Because they had to get it in before the 2 years was up.
That was one of the cases. And then another case was, that was the most, I think, why they did it, because if they didn't get that warrant signed by 2 years, they had to get rid of it. That was state, I think that was state, that's the state law. And not only that, when the Purcell Harrison shot in the car when he was coming home, and the guy witnessed it and called Larry and told Larry somebody had just shot a Swerve car, and he seen him. And that's when I called my lawyer, and he said, you got to report. I said, I don't want to report it. He said, why not? He said, he just tried to kill your son. I said, if I report it to the sheriff, James Dixon, they'll be here Monday to pick my son.
And that's
And
exactly
he
what
said,
they
and he
did.
said, no, they won't. He said, they can't do that.
Does this work?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask you a question. You lawyer yourself me not to ask you a question, because I'm not going to. I'm Cambo. Look here, I want to tell you something too. I not asking you a question, I just want to tell you something. Who was in our jail a couple of nights ago and got one of them on his leg before he got out. You know who it is?
Oh, I know who
You
it
tell
is.
this girl who it is?
Randall Mullins.
Randall Mullins.
The
There he
police
is.
officer.
There
He
he
got
is.
a rank of monitor now.
Absolutely.
That's y'all police officer.
Yeah.
And that's the only one that kept messing with him too.
But see, I'm gonna tell you about that with Randall. I told
Now
her
he got a
again
ankle
when
monitor.
that was going on. I said something wrong with Randall. Randall is not the same. I said he all hyped up. He want to fuss with me every time he meet me and see me. I said that's not the same Randall that first was in Paisley when I first met him. I said something.
I
said
please
he
for
was
Randall. I
right.
please for Randall in the past.
Right.
But you know what? What goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't treat him any different than anybody else.
But see, Greg had Randall doing all that now. He was doing all that. And see, Greg never signed no warrant, but it was Greg pushing it. He never signed the warrant because he knew he had too much baggage and it wouldn't have no credibility on the stand really. Because everybody knew he was just doing that to frame him on charges or whatever.
Well, that makes sense, because I couldn't figure out why all these cases, the warrants were 2 years apart.
Yeah,
And I
so
now
it
understand why.
it was whenever that shooting did happen. And we didn't want to report, but they kept saying, go ahead and report. As soon as we reported that Friday, that Monday, that's when they came trying to look for him and pick him up.
The only thing I could say when they added more charges is when Angel Tubbs got Trey Thomas down there. That's the one who brought Swerve home, the one that tried to rob the boy. They dropped his charges. And so my lord said then they down there probably trying to get him to flip on Swerve and they'll drop his charges and just throw them all on Swerve. And that's who they
And
want.
that's what they did.
And that's had to be what they did. But he point blank told me that he was the one trying to take the boy gun and put the gun to the boy head. And Swerve walked in and told him to put that gun down, that I can't get in trouble while you doing that. And Swerve's phone was left over there on the floor when they got there. They said his phone was still in the building on the floor. And that's all he went back to get.
But it says they got phone, they recovered the
Yeah,
phone
they
in
took
that
it
place.
to the
They-
back.
Yeah.
It was still there.
See, they got his phone. And they won't give it back. They still got his phone.
See if I can get this phone. They been trying to kill me, man. See this Tyreek right here. Wait, it went off. Come here, man.
I tell you this. I know that ankle monitor's a pain in the butt. but it's probably a good thing you have it on right now. 'Cause everything happens up here.
Yeah, they say
They
that.
don't blame you.
I know.
Them boys got shot down in the gazebo that night.
Yeah.
Well square. You wasn't anywhere around that way. Any nutty dude.
Here it is. That's Tyreek. You hear that, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
That was Tyreek. I caught the end of that. He told me that. He said he came out shooting at both of them. That's how, and I said then, I said, Noah shot you. Yeah. And they knew that, and they didn't want to listen. That is crazy.
It's all messed up though. But my Lord said you can't talk.
But we've been talking all the time. I only one trying to help. But where are you at?
He left me on.
Now this the guy what happened at. This is him talking, his house. You hear this? This Dominique what happened at his house. This Dominique. They finished the rap now. They shot him. See?
She's on the phone.
You see that now?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what happened, but they still don't like spoil it like it was him.
That's Trey. Weird. They all stories the same. They all stories the same.
What I tell you, when I first looked at it, it looked like self-defense to me. It looked like
You
self-defense.
hear Dominique said Noah gets shot after they shoot Swerve.
Is Dominique the one that came out the building?
They said Dominique the one that Wayne kept saying that he was asleep the whole time.
Okay.
But you just hear him tell the story.
Yeah, he gave a statement, said he was asleep, don't know anything happened, he just heard a shot.
But you just hear him tell the story.
Yeah.
And I told Wayne, I
He the one
said,
that came out shooting?
No,
that's Noah.
No, okay.
Noah the one came out shooting, and Deontay asked.
Noah ought to be charged
No matter what.
for 2 counts. Cause I believe he shot his buddy too.
Mm-hmm. He shot both of them because if they're on the ground tussling and you come out the door shooting
6 times.
6 times,
Yeah.
because he got shot 7 times. One time was when
Nah.
the Adams boy shot him in the
Tyreek
stomach.
shot him twice, he told me. He said he shot him in the stomach.
And then
when
when
they
they fell on the
followed,
ground,
he
the
shot him
gun
in
went
the
off
back.
again and shot him again.
He said he shot Swerve.
And
in
then
the back.
that's when the other one come out and start shooting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all know what caliber he shot with? Just
They didn't give it to him.
And the lawyer got the, you remember when
He supposed when it got
from Monroe, that lawyer in Monroe, you had told me to give that paperwork to him. And they didn't give it back to me. They had everything.
Oh, it was on
that.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, so
And I told you I
gotta
needed
get
his
it
medical
up.
records back.
Yeah,
But they
I've been
still
trying
got
to
it
get
at the CMC, man.
Yeah, I
They
gotta
got
get
his
that.
records on file. And cause then whenever he was at the hospital and they was doing them surgeries, they found another bullet like up under his arm, like right there. Cause they had called and said, cause it was like 2 days later that he had to go into another surgery, and that's when they found another
Did
bullet.
they take any
They
bullets
took
out of it?
Yeah. They took that one out up on his arm.
See, that ought to be an evidence.
I know.
They took
Well,
it out.
I called there and asked them, and they said that they came and got the books. They said Chesterfield County got the books. That's why I said that would prove everything. And so I called over them about that, and they wouldn't give me no information about none of that or nothing. Really, like I said, and everybody been saying, and that's why they were calling JD telling him, Wayne and Angel screwed up this case from the very beginning.
Cause soon as it happened, they putting in the newspaper that the
They was on Channel 9.
don't rob somebody and got shot.
It was on
He
Channel
done
9.
rob somebody. And
Yeah.
he's still at the hospital fighting for his life. They didn't even talk to him. Because he couldn't talk. For 2 days, he was in a coma.
I told Wayne, I said, how you charging my son? And I said, you don't even know what happened to him. He said, yes, I do. Tyreek said that Swerve was shooting Noah. Said Swerve was shooting Noah, and Noah was laying on the ground, and he seen him, and he ran over there and shot Swerve.
That ain't what
That
Tyreek said.
But that's what Wayne told us when I was at the hospital. I said, that is not what happened to my son.
I can tell you, I read the statement. I ain't talked to Tyreek, I ain't talked to Dominique or any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've just reviewed the file, and I know what Tyreek said in his statement. He said that him and Squirrel was fighting over a gun, and they had it like this, and the gun went to the ground, and when the gun went to the ground, he said, we both went to pick the gun up at the same time, and he didn't say, Squirrel shot me. Alright? You've been charged with shooting the dude now. He didn't say that. You know what he said? The gun went off. That's what's in his statement. He said the gun went off, and I was hit. I think he said he's hit the leg.
Yeah.
He said I was hit the leg, and then he says Noah heard the gun come off. He came out the building, and he shot. He thought Squirrel shot me. And he still ain't said Squirrel shot him. Tyreek ain't never said Squirrel shot him. He said he thought that Noah thought that Squirrel shot him, and he started shooting at Squirrel, who was running away. And Squirrel turned and shot back. And Squirrel picked the gun up. When he came out shooting at Squirrel picked it up. If somebody shooting me, there's a gun, I can pick the gun up too.
He did that, and
And that's what he says. And then the dude, Noah says, he heard the gunshot, and he came out, and he said Squirrel had shot Tyreek, so he started shooting at Squirrel.
Oh man, so
So when it's still hindsight, it still ain't like that. Squirrel had no gun.
Based on what they said, if what they said is the truth, and I don't believe it's the truth, I don't believe it's all the truth. I think they got slanted their way. But even if it's the truth, what does that make Squirrel? What does that say Squirrel did? You picked up a gun and fired back after he'd been shot at in self-defense.
That's what it say to me.
I'm telling you. That's why I was so confused about this, and I said, Chucky, this ain't right.
yeah, and then they added that robbery attempt and all that, and he the only one that had money. Tyreek reached in his pocket and Swerve grabbed his hand trying to hold it, and he took the money out of his pocket.
I think they
They took
said,
his watch.
well, I think they say he took a gun. The robber took a gun or something.
But you hear Trey didn't.
Mm-hmm. I heard it. So,
It didn't have the gun. That's what I tried to tell Wayne them.
let me ask you this.
They had nothing to do with it.
Who of any other police have
Nobody.
ever heard them things?
Nobody.
They ain't any mask at
No,
it.
no. Just
And who interviews were? Nobody.
Why?
the
That's
only
what I'm
one.
saying.
The only one had
It's crap from the very
The only
beginning.
one was what's his name? Rob Lee there.
The investigator, because we got somebody to investigate.
They the only one.
And they
He
the only
was
ones that
working for
Malone.
Malloy.
Mhm.
Yeah. They the only ones, and they called me back and said, Mr. Robinson, they just tried to murder your son. He said he's innocent on this. He said I
Well,
don't
he
see
wanted
how
the
any jury can
investigation.
convict him.
But I can tell you what, there's some people that are scared of this case.
No, nobody want to get because they know it's a bunch
The
of.
solicitor said he didn't think it was a good case. Kennard told me he didn't think Squirrel should have been charged. I said, why'd you send it to Columbia?
Yeah.
If that's what you think,
Why send it down there?
be a man and call it like it is. And
Yeah.
drop the charges.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get charges dropped.
Right.
I don't tell you something. Jeremy Lloyd's a good lawyer. They go into court with what I've seen. Now, if there's more, they might have some stuff hidden away I ain't found yet. I've been looking. But what I've seen,
That's all they
you
got.
can't prove what he's charged with.
And their stories are about alike because they had time to talk it over.
Mhm.
They got together and talked it over
Mm-hmm.
the next day or two.
Yeah,
Cause that
all
was the
together.
original. That is not what Wayne told me happened from the beginning. He
Because
told me
right after that, yeah, that ain't even what's in the newspaper.
No,
They
that's
did
none of
newspaper
that.
clipping. Because that ain't even what they put in the newspaper.
No.
And then they put somebody else's picture. Because it was the boy that Shante Crawford was going with. They put his picture up there, but had Devontae Robinson name.
Yeah, that ain't nothing what Wayne told me. Wayne said that Tyreek seen Swerve standing over the door shooting him, and he came and shot him. That was the first story, the statement that he said he got. Now I don't know how they changed their
telling you.
statements.
I'm telling you.
Then that whole
That ain't
week.
what his statement said.
So they let them got together later on and changed
Yeah,
their
'cause they were
statement.
together the whole weekend in Charlotte, spending money and stuff.
I told them about
They
that.
were all three of them was
Had
in
his
Charlotte.
watch and everything, yeah.
Dominique, Noah, and Kyrie, all of them was in Charlotte and stuff, staying.
And see, Larry sent that to JD and said, look into this, JD, this ain't right. And he wouldn't get involved. He said he don't get involved with what his investigators got going on. He don't watch over them. That's their job. That's exactly what he said. But I'm going to tell you, personally, myself, with this case, and I know you probably agree with me, I think Angel and Wayne screwed this case up from the very beginning. Because they charged him before they even waited on him to see if he was going to live or make it out the hospital.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause they were thinking.
I've been doing this for 42 years, and I ain't never seen a case in Chesterfield County where you got multiple people shot, and they didn't come in and process the crime, and they ain't called for it yet on this case, have they?
No?
They didn't, and they should have come in and processed the crime, and then we'd know. Look, tell you, reported done, and I pray. So we gonna,
Yeah. I tried to talk to them about that case, and
I know you did.
And I told him, I said, how can y'all charge him without even talking to him? If y'all had other witnesses from not counting other people that got shot that was there and can prove it, I can see. But y'all are talking to the two people that shot him. So what they supposed to tell you? They supposed to keep themselves out of jail.
Wayne said he went to the hospital, talked to Squirrel, and he couldn't talk to him because Squirrel was in surgery.
I don't know. I can't say he came or not, cause
And then he said,
I never seen him
and
up
then
there.
he said, after Squirrel got out, that he already had a lawyer, and he couldn't talk to him. So when did you get it?
I got Jeremy Lloyd once he got out.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't get no lawyer till after Squirrel got out of the hospital.
Because he said that, they said if I didn't get a lawyer, they were coming up there to pick Squirrel up. They wouldn't even let Squirrel come home. They said they were going to pick him up from the hospital. So when Squirrel got out, they had to roll him in a wheelchair. I couldn't even come home. I had to go straight to Jeremy Lord and pay him that night when he got out of the hospital. For he can just call them and tell them that I retained him. I paid him the day he got out. We never even came here. He met me in the flat with the money, and I took it straight to his office. And that's when Gerald met him that night.
How long was Squirrel in the hospital?
He got shot
About
in the
3
field.
weeks.
And he came home like the day before Father's Day. He came home before Father's Day.
It was about a month, wasn't it?
He got shot June 5th. He said he came home
It was
before
3 weeks
Father's
then.
Day.
It was 3 weeks.
It was like a day before Father's Day he came home.
Yeah, because I was wanting to see
So
if he
you
could
kept
come.
saying he was going to come home on Father's Day. It was like a
And
day
to your
before
knowledge,
Father's Day.
nobody ever went up there and tried to talk to him.
No, because we was there every day. And
We was out there in that parking lot every day because they wouldn't let us go see him because of COVID.
nah, it wasn't cold.
That last week they wouldn't let us
Was
go
it
and
COVID?
see him.
Oh, it was cold.
It was
Yeah, it
COVID.
was cold.
And then whenever that last week before when they moved him down from the intensive care, that's when they let me go up there. And I was up there all day and no police come up there. That last week he was in the hospital. They only let one visitor come in. And then Wayne Jordan did not come up there at the hospital.
And the thing about it, if he really wanted to talk to him, he could have called up there and seen, hey, is he out of surgery? Is he able to talk? I'm investigating him. You know what I mean? And went back up
Wayne
there.
didn't come up there at the hospital.
I've interviewed a lot of people after they come out of surgery and they get the wits about them. As long as they not on, if they on any pain medication or something, I would never interview them.
Right.
Cause I ruined all the, health surgery and all that.
I know, like the first 2-3 days he was in there, he couldn't talk or nothing. He wasn't doing nothing.
Oh, yeah, geez, good.
Mm-hmm.
And I begged Wayne to talk to him. I begged Wayne. I was calling Wayne, begging him to go talk to him, and he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. And then Danny Scott, he talked to me one day. He said, "Chuck, did anybody ever talk to Squirrel?" I said, "No." He said, "God Almighty." He said, "How did they say they did a full investigation and they ain't talked to him?" He said, "Ain't no way I'm gonna do a full investigation and say it's done and charge somebody and ain't talked to the other party and they got shot 7 times." He said, "I can tell you there now, that ain't right there. I would have never did that." He said, "I would have never did that." He told me that, and
That's the only one investigations that I talked to about stuff.
really, man,
I think Dan can be straight up, but he still did what he was told to do back then, and you can't do what you're told to if you know it's wrong.
yeah, he was doing it, you know.
Doing it.
Yeah, he was doing it. Because he was afraid. I mean, he just went along with it, you know what I mean?
He wanted me dead, that's what I think.
And you know, then like, even on the old cases, even on the old cases, where you came here and talked to him then, and you were Judge Birch, and I think Wayne was there, right? Wayne, Kennard, and JD, wasn't it?
Wait, wait, wait.
Oh, it wasn't. It was.
It was me, Kennard, JD, and Judge Bush.
All right, so even on them cases, when I went to JD, he said, "Chucky, them charges supposed to been dropped." I went to Kennard then, and he said, "Chucky, I washed my hands. I just sent them to the state." I said, "Why?" I said, "But y'all agreed to drop them charges, didn't you?" And he said, "Yeah, but I didn't want it to fall back on me." And Cambo or any of them guys said they didn't know nothing about it, and then it's all on me. I said, "But y'all agreed to drop them charges." And he said, "Yeah, but if anything come up, I'm the solicitor. It falls on me." That's what he told me.
They got rid of them things before I came in office. And I got rid of them, sent them to Columbia before I came in office. They did that on purpose. Because if they were still at Chesterfield County, at the solicitor's office, I had the authority to go over there and say, they
Yeah,
said,
they-
before I came in.
Yeah,
They-
they try
they
to
know
send
them
all that down
cases.
there.
Girl, they do double on you.
I know.
He
They
don't-
knew
he
them
don't
cases.
believe
They
it.
know them cases ain't no good.
Well, I told, even Kennard, I sat in his office, he told me, he said, okay, he never should have been charged.
Yeah.
That boy never should have been charged. I said, why'd you send Columbia then? He said, we can't fear to be by. I said, that's crazy, that's cop out. It may cost me, hey, look here, this may cost me votes, but I don't care about votes, because it's the right thing to do, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I will get this clear on it.
Yeah. Because you had our hopes up that last, you came here and talked to us. And
They
we was
supposed to
thinking
be.
that it's supposed to been dropped and
Well,
then,
I wrote a big report and did everything and gave it to John O'Leary.
yeah, cause John, he was here too,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
he
Yeah.
did too, and I went and carried everything to John O'Leary, and I went and talked to some other people, and
Then that's when they sent all
I
of
even
them
talked
to
to Randall
stay.
Mullis, he's involved in that.
Yeah.
And I talked to
Yeah.
Randall Mullis, you know what he said?
What's that?
He said, I did, he said, I was to look you one day, and I did what Greg Burns told me to do.
Yeah. And that's what he was doing. You could tell he was just doing what Greg
He
told
told
him
me
to
he
do.
did what Greg Burns told him to do.
Yeah, you could tell. And then Greg had him to sign his name on all the warrants.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, Greg had too much baggage. Everybody would know. Greg knew not to be on the stand. Because you can eat him up with all the stuff he had going on with the different women and stuff.
He couldn't even go in Joe Birch's court.
No, cause I remember Judge Burke told him that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keep him out of his yard too.
Yeah, I heard that.
He keep him out of his yard.
But I know, cause I know it was that whenever Judge Burke had gave him a bond, that's when they had him like about $350,000 bond.
You know, that was the first time the bond. Yeah, then they had him on another bond, yeah.
And then
Judge Burke said no.
Judge Burke let it go, and Burns in there, he got mad in there. I heard it when he said it. He said something about the Paul Birch, and I sure told Paul what he said. He was mad cause he gave him about letting him out.
Alright.
Yeah, he started cussing.
So he started cussing in there.
So, we know. Now, you hear this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't never asked to hear nothing or talk to him or nothing.
Never
Alright.
talked to him.
Now, I told you what Wayne called me and said. That he was shooting Noah was on the ground bleeding, and Tyreek. That was their first statement now. So they let them get together and change their statements. And change it to now he's shooting Tyreek, and Noah come out and shoot him now. So you can tell there's something going on there already.
Tyreek said he didn't say
He never said squirrel shot.
he didn't say squirrel shot me. He said the gun went off.
You know why he said the gun went off, right? You know why he said it went off, right?
Yeah, don't talk
Because
him.
Noah shot him. And he didn't want to say Noah shot him. That's why he said the gun went off. Yeah, that's why he said the gun went off. But on a case like this, that this serious with his life, with the charges they got here, I think they screwed the case up. Because he can get life in prison for this.
Oh yeah.
He can get life in prison.
On either one of those.
Right.
We got 2 counts of it.
Right. And they didn't even take the time out to even talk to him and do a full investigation.
How many times you reckon you asked Wayne when Squirrel's in the hospital to go talk to him?
I kept calling Wayne. They wouldn't even talk to me no more.
Really?
Him or JD. They wouldn't even talk to me. They wouldn't talk to me at all. They would not talk to me. JD ran for me for a whole year. JD didn't speak to me again until it was time for election. That's when he spoke.
Yeah, he talked a lot when he was running for his campaign. What he gonna do this and that. After he got in that office, not Wayne, but Dixon ignored all the phone calls, even wouldn't talk to nobody.
I don't understand why the case is here Columbia, and I don't understand why Columbia won't send them back. Because I done been told for what, 3 months now, 4 months. I done been told by Kennard and Will Rogers that they called the Attorney General and said send the cases back. The Attorney General ain't gonna send them back. Cause I got a friend who works at Attorney, and they said they're not gonna send the cases back. So once we get them, we don't send them back. I said, well, here's what you need to do. You need to get one of your investigators, and the one they assigned to it is a good friend of mine. I used to work with him in Columbia. And he sat in my office about 2 weeks ago, and we went over this case, me and him. And if he gets assigned to do it, he said, I'll go to the prosecutor and tell him, you can't win this case.
Yeah, I mean, they should know it when they look at it.
They should just send it back and say, we're not prosecuting, that way we get charged and dismissed. That's what ought to happen.
Yeah. But I think Wayne and Angel screwed that case up because it was swirled and they didn't care to even investigate it, fully investigate it. They just wanted him gone.
I don't know how they came up with the charges they got. Angel's gone.
But how can they put them charges and put them on somebody like that? Because they done.
They can put any charge on you.
Well, they write up a warrant affidavit. In other words, they write up what they say happened. They take it to the judge. The judge reads it, and if he thinks the judge it's inside, it meets the elements of the law, then they'll do a warrant. So basically, the officer's got a whole lot of discretion.
Yeah, it's really, honestly, whatever Wayne and Angel tell Judge
They ain't coming now.
is that it?
I don't think it's like it's getting ready to come though.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. We're supposed to get my rain this afternoon.
Yeah. I know I need to go tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh Lord, I need to go tomorrow.
they would do whatever Wayne, Judge Davis would do whatever Greg Burns told him, and whatever Wayne told him, or whatever Angel told him. I seen him. And I asked him, I said, when Swirl was 18, I said, good Lord, I said, $350,000 bond. I said, man, I said, Judge, I said, he wasn't even there. I said, why is his bond so high? I said, did Greg Burns tell you to do that? And he said, he did, Church. He told me to do it. I said,
But
well,
you know what?
why?
I can tell you this. In my whole career, I've never gone to a judge and told a judge what kind of bond to put on somebody. All I go do is tell them about the check. Here's the facts of the check. And I didn't do any crap like this.
It's crazy.
That's-
This is.
They was just trying to do whatever they can to. Honestly, they were trying to do whatever they can just to make me spend more money and try to get him away. They were doing whatever they can, and I think the biggest thing with Jordan, I'm gonna be honest, was Wayne. I think that was his biggest problem.
You got a problem with me. Sounds like the way we've been putting on paper.
Ooh,
You got a
yeah.
problem with me.
But I think it was because everybody expected Wayne to be fired. I think that's what it was.
Well, Wayne ain't gonna stay there.
And Angel left. They wanted you to fire both of them, but we want to see who's gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like who's really gonna do that
Yeah.
when they get in there? Like
Well,
who's really gonna fire
fair.
them? Wayne,
I forced Angel out.
right?
And I'm forcing Wayne out. He knows it.
He's not a good investigator. He probably used to be. He can be,
Oh, I couldn't.
but he don't care because I guess he's sitting at retirement.
I got him.
And I know
So what I gotta
who's
do,
in that
Tracy, is I gotta find somebody to bring in. You can't just get rid of somebody if you ain't got anybody come in and do the job. I gotta be able to come in and do the job.
Yeah.
Wayne gone.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, he.
See if that one gone. Well, get
Because
that
my
right.
thing, even with this thing that just happened, if it would have been anybody's fault, I thought it would have been Wayne. With the little
It's a
girl.
little bit in there.
We didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, I didn't know what happened really, but
But, we did everything we should have done on it. Other than we could have done a better job after the guy was in jail and got the ice container and all that. We could have done a better job of keeping up with the victim. But they left the state. You know,
oh,
well,
they
they
did.
left the state, yeah.
Oh,
So we could have done a better job keeping up with them. We did everything that time we left we should have done. Other than we could have been, and we could have called ICE a few days before we did.
Yeah.
And
We
I know
we could've called
I,
ICE a few days before.
on your interview you said you ain't blaming it on the judge, but I do fault the judge for some of that because he know a little better than that.
Well,
Say if Swirl got locked up and had a rape charge with a minor, you think he gonna get Swirl a $20,000 bond? No,
He wasn't getting no
he's
bond.
not gonna get. He would have been denied. No matter what, that should have went to a higher court.
well,
And that's why. That's the only reason I said I blame it on the judge because he know better.
Well, I can't say. I didn't blame it on the shirt. Like that, all that mess. I didn't. How that's your fault?
well,
You don't see everyone that they write and every.
no, I don't. I don't.
No, so you,
I don't know every case.
Yeah.
I can't. That's too much.
That's what I'm
for
saying.
me.
How they gonna blame the shirt?
I said if the investigator messed up, then that's Wayne's fault. But for the $20,000 bond,
Investigate. It's their fault.
if I'm a judge, I'm not gonna put that on myself. I'm gonna say this got to go to a higher court. You got to stay in here and see a circuit court bond. You got to get
The
that.
investigator should do better.
I admitted that the bond was low.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
I admitted that the bond was low. But anyway, we did everything we could do. We must have done something right. We locked the guy up. He's still in jail.
right.
And he ain't getting out. But we got an ICE detainer on him, so.
Well, what?
But you know where the guy worked.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, I didn't know. He worked out with him.
He
All
worked
the
for Jordan.
time. He worked with Jordan.
He worked for Jordan. And he worked at the restaurant down there.
Yeah, I know he worked at the Mexican restaurant. That's why I seen him.
He worked for Jordan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Come on, Chucky.
I didn't know.
I didn't know he worked for
Chucky,
Jordan.
you know.
I
You
know
know stuff. You know
I don't
stuff.
even know that guy though. Nobody never told me that.
Why you think?
He worked for
He
Jordan.
think came in there. He's trying to tell everybody that he's that little girl.
But yeah,
But you know what? Why he's involved in this thing? He was trying to bond him out.
Right. That's what I thought he said that they called him for a bond.
He did.
Yeah.
And he went down there trying to bond him out. And the investigator said, "You might want to look at the facts of this case." He said, "It's a pretty bad case. Age of that girl and everything." So
they don't tell all
So
that
that's-
other things.
it's coming out. My press release will be out tonight.
So that's how he got. That's how he got involved.
He'll be out there.
Well,
Let's let it out.
Cause they try to make it seem like it's just,
That's how he got involved though, right there.
cause he was finna bond him out anyway, get the money.
And you know they charge the Mexicans more for a bond than they do other people. I swear they do. They treat them bad, man.
Probably up there now. Oh, he got locked back up. He didn't
He
get
never
out.
got out.
Oh, I thought he got out.
He didn't get out. That's why I
That
said
made
we
it
must
seem
do
like he
something.
got out of jail.
You know what, but you know what? It ain't our job to keep in jail. Cause we investigate and we make the charge.
It's the
It's
judge.
up to the judges and
prosecutor.
after that. So, but you know, everybody's saying we didn't protect that little girl when we locked the guy up. He ain't out yet, so.
I thought he was out of jail. That's why.
No,
Oh, I thought he was out of jail.
And if Ethan were to go up there today, if Jordan would give him the money, and he could go up there today to find him out, all we got to do is make a phone call. And we make a phone call, and ICE has got 48 hours to come pick him up. He cannot be released. After 48 hours, if ICE ain't picked him up, then he can be released. But our jail knows, if anybody comes try to get him out, they call us right at 3 o'clock in the morning, they call him out.
So he's illegal.
Cause his name
A
was
lot of
Hector.
them made it.
We thought his name was Hector. That's what we called him.
He got about 2 names.
Yeah, Hector.
He got an American name, and then he got a,
His real name. I thought his name was Hector. Till I seen the picture of him, I said, what the world?
A lot of them came at one time.
he's a killer too.
Hurt.
He's a law hire, really.
I don't know. I don't never go down there.
That one buddy.
You know, yeah, I know cool like
They
the
go,
little
I don't
man.
even never go down there.
He's a short fella, isn't he?
Yeah, he about to talk.
That's what, yeah.
I'm there.
So I was working out. He was at the gym working out and stuff. And he had the little girl with him up
So
there.
did. That's how I knew who they were talking about.
So that, I mean, well, obviously,
And let me tell you, that little girl, the night this happened, to see her, her grandmama had custody of her.
Oh.
And grandmama is married to this good little short girl.
So that's how it happened.
That's
she's
the
a married.
grandma that's married.
So,
Oh, okay.
I
so
thought
we locked her up too.
Right.
Because she was trying to
Cover it up.
cover up stuff, so we locked her up too. So she would have had to go to DSS, take the custody,
Yeah.
which means who knows where she goes.
Yeah. I
So
hate that.
we got
Uh-huh.
her friend
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I seen that
we
on the
got her
thing.
friend's
Her
mom.
friend mom got it.
to agree to become her
Guardian.
guardian, and DSS checked her out and did all that and let her become the guardian.
Uh-huh.
And we arranged all that, I think we the sheriff's office, so that she wouldn't have to go in DSS custody. So we took care of that little girl, but they walked around and make it look like we ain't done anything for her.
Ethan Ford said he divorced for that little girl. Protect her.
He's what?
That's what they
He
say.
divorced, he her voice.
Her boy. He was up there trying to bond that and got it.
So I didn't know that. That ain't what's on the thing.
It's in my report, it's coming out tonight. We tell
I'm
them
about
the
to
truth
look
about
at
it.
it. Tell
I
them
sat back
about
here for a week now and let them take shots at me. And I just let them bounce off. But the truth is gonna come out tonight.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, sometimes
Jody
you have
Barr.
to sit back.
Jody Barton, pardon my friend, Jody Barton kissed my ass.
Yeah.
I gave him a piece of paper before he ever ran that article.
Uh-huh.
Before he ran that thing, I gave him a piece of paper that showed where, right after that dude was put in our jail, the supervisor at the jail called the guardian and told him about the bond. He was notified. And he put up all kind of documents. He didn't show that one because that didn't fit their narrative. That we didn't do anything to help the girl. So it's coming out tonight. So we gave him that, and I said, Jody Barr had it. He chose not to use it in his report.
Use what he wanted to use, make it look good,
Well,
sound
it didn't
good.
fit his story. He's trying to make a story, and it didn't fit the story, so he didn't use it. But that's all right.
Yeah, yours come out tonight. I'm gonna have to look at it.
I don't need Jody Barr. Jody Barr called me, want something going on up here, want some information. I ain't talking to Jody Barr.
Yeah.
He can't be honest, I ain't talking to him. All right. The squirrel, I'm gonna do my best to get these charges go away. But I think that this, that's what you say.
I tell you what Larry said about that case. That's one of the worst cases he ever heard of right there. For his investigation.
I'm telling you, like I said, I don't know if you heard what I said, but I ain't never in my whole life, and I've been policed a long time, seen where you got multiple shooting victims out in the area. And they call sled for everything. And
They didn't call sled
They ain't
for
call
that.
sled on this case. They didn't want it done right.
Nope.
Because they wanted it, kind of like Jody Barr, they wanted to control the outcome.
They thought they killed him. Because as soon as that happened, they were talking like he was dead. Even the Tyrese, the boy after it happened.
Oh, they was on Facebook.
On Facebook talking
nice
about
shot, swirl, and everything. Long too.
Right, he
Y'all
was
got
dead.
copies of all that stuff?
I didn't get one because we was at the
I
hospital.
think
People,
people was telling us. I
yeah,
didn't.
they were calling us, telling us. I don't know if anybody got any of it.
I thought June had.
Then
Say that
she
video.
might have did. Of his mama talking. You know,
Bring shots and stuff.
Right.
they, like I said, like I told Wayne, they screwed up on this case. Well, I don't know what him and Angel were thinking.
I don't know what, I
Don't think so.
don't know what I haven't looked at yet.
Hey, that's
'Cause
it.
I got the case jacket.
That's it.
And there's no video in it. There's no, nothing but, it's about that thick. Look,
That's
no
it.
medicals, no,
And I told him, I asked
lab
him.
report.
I asked him that. I said, you got to get them bullets. You got to go get them so you can see if it's the same caliber that shot him. And I said, you'll know. And he said, you better hope it wasn't your gun. That's what he called me the next day.
Yeah, talking
Oh.
about what.
We heard it was a 380.
And I know you got.
And I know you got a 380. You better hope it wasn't yours.
Every time they were gonna
And I
come and get
said,
my
Why
gun.
you that?
Wayne Jordan called me and told me that.
Yes.
I said, did I not tell you my son didn't have no gun? My 380 is right here at my house.
We might have to come and get that for evidence. That's exactly what he
I
said.
told him, I said, you're not coming to my house getting nothing. Cause my gun never left my house. And I told him then, I said, them boys had 2 380s.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
That's what the guy came and told me a couple days later. He said both of them had the two same guns is what he told me. So
That's one thing you gotta say right there.
That mitten to shoot is where.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
That's the one thing I say that. You know, fucking right there.
Right here, come and serve Ray Bell too.
I remember that.
Yeah, they was going back and forth on Facebook. We was still at the hospital, but that's what they was going back and forth on Facebook.
I mean,
Right.
that's why I understand Wayne. They didn't do a good job.
Earlier this week, I was gonna meet with Kennard.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't gonna leave his office till he called the Attorney General's office himself, and he sit in his office. Cause I'll be honest, I ain't believing in anybody telling me right now.
There you
Some
go.
people that lied about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna get Kennard, and I was gonna sit there, but I didn't do it, and the reason is that girl died that worked, that was.
Yeah,
that
Angie.
worked-
Yeah.
Angie, and Angie worked with Kennard, and I went to the funeral yesterday, and Kennard cried like a baby.
Yeah.
And she worked with him 17 years. So this wasn't the time for me
Yeah, I
to
know.
give Kennard a hard time, and I'm going to.
Yeah, I knew her husband Kevin. I know him real good.
Yeah.
I used to coach football.
Yeah, Kevin coaches a lot.
Yeah. Kevin third. Yeah.
No, that was my coach, huh?
Yeah, I was saying
Your
Kevin.
wife.
Kevin Thurman? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was his wife at the time.
Yeah, Angie.
All right. So I'll get with tomorrow first of the week. And,
And he could have did. Kennard could have did a better job. He know. He
I don't
knew.
understand how he's saying some conflicts of interest. We ain't
On
never
every
gonna
case,
see him.
On every
I don't even
case,
know Kennard.
anything happens this world, he says it's a conflict and he can't handle the case. And he just sent it down there. And I tell him, I said, at least look at the case. If you know it's not even a case, don't send that down there because they don't know that stuff. They don't care. They just looking at, he getting the cases after cases put down here to us. And we gonna get them all together and just try to try them.
what I'm doing is I'm gonna sit down with Kennard first part of the week. And then I've also, like I told you, I got a friend of mine on the inside at the AG's office now, Attorney General's office in Columbus. He's an investigator, and there ain't but two there. And I told him, I already talked to Case Brown. I told him all the stuff that's wrong about this case. And he said, that fellow shouldn't have been charged. I said, no, he shouldn't have been charged. And he said, is there more to this? I said, I can't find it. If we got it, so I got to find out if there's anything more
You
they
see,
got.
I
They
just
hide
let you.
from me.
You see, I just let you hear all of them.
Well, they invest.
That
Well, my
means-
Lord, we got all of that though, because my Lord,
Yeah.
with that private investigator, he talked to all of them. We got all of that.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, this come from him was talking to them on most of it.
The investigator.
The other thing with is it's on the other thing too, where he met with all of them out here, cause they more witnesses too.
Yeah.
But you didn't hear that though, cause I don't think I got all of it on this phone. But it's in a file that he has sent.
Okay.
But it's more witnesses. The witnesses, the one guy stay across from him said he seen them when they was tussling over the car and fell. And as soon as they fell, hit the ground, Noah started shooting. Noah shot Tyreek. There's no way around it.
I told
Ain't
Kennard,
no way
I said,
around it.
Kennard, if they just come back here and call this case to court, and you put up them guys, I said, and you put up their statement, you gonna, cause they ain't gonna say the same thing in court they said in the statement. And you do that, and you pit them against each other, he said, the case will get tossed out. I said, why don't you do that? He
And
said,
then, and like Noah, now he's on meth so bad, they say he don't even know where he be at. No, not meth, I'm sorry, fentanyl.
That fentanyl.
He's on fentanyl. Yeah.
And ever since that happened though, he been in and out of jail.
Yeah, he been in and out of jail. They just let him right back. Yeah, he done been in jail 3 or 4 times since
More than
happened.
that, since that happened, he been back
Shooting
and
at
forth
his
in
mom,
jail.
mother-in-law, all kind of stuff.
really?
Oh, he been in jail quite some time, and they just keep letting him out. And I said, if he's able to keep shooting at people and doing stuff, that tell you that probably did happen. He just shot Swirl just to be shooting because still, how can, another reason I said Wayne Angel messed up, because how can Noah not get charged with anything?
They should have been charged. You can't charge anybody in a case unless you charge everybody. They didn't do that.
And then they're underage with guns.
Yep.
Both of them had guns and they're underage. They were 18 and 19 maybe. They weren't even 21. But they had, I mean, and that's and all I told Wayne, you know,
It should be
just
done.
look back over the case and do the right thing. And they wouldn't talk to me. And that's when I begged JD and he wouldn't talk to me.
Well,
At all.
I'm gonna try my best. I promise you that, Chucky. I told you that. I'm doing it. And I'm sure.
Nah, they in that drawer. I put them in the drawer now. Down at the bottom. With Benadryl.
Oh.
I still run.
But I'm gonna take one anyway, just to make
I'm still got a picture like that. I'm my 27-year-old daughter died.
He want to show you how his daughter. I didn't know that.
That's my daughter. Right after I got thrown in the shirt, she died from fentanyl.
Your daughter did?
27 years old.
Oh my goodness.
I
Look
ain't
at her
heard
daughter.
No, I didn't know.
She's 27 years old.
I ain't heard of that.
Smoking weed. Laced with
Oh,
fentanyl.
that was
And
laced with
she didn't
fentanyl.
know
Oh, my
it. And she,
goodness.
and we, you know, I
Good
had been short
gracious.
3 months from that.
I said I didn't know.
Yeah. It's a tough year for me. And neck
Yeah.
I didn't
surgery,
know it. And
and
see,
neck surgery, right out of neck surgery, my daughter died.
Good
I
gracious.
didn't know it. Me and Larry got in an argument about that because he just said something to me last month about this. I didn't know your daughter died, and we got in an argument about it because he said, "I told you I was going to the funeral." I said, "No, you did." I said, "Because if you told me, I would have went with you."
He,
I said, "You didn't tell me, Larry."
we she grew up in Columbia.
Uh-huh.
She never did live over here. She grew up in Columbia, but she yeah. So we had we went back to Columbia to the church that she grew up in.
Gotcha.
They had a funeral there.
Gotcha.
That fentanyl ain't no joke though.
No, it ain't. I tell you what, that's some bad stuff.
Yeah. I knew that. I heard they be putting it in weed. Good gracious.
Hopefully, everything get worked out. I sure rather everything got worked out between. I wish you and Jordan would have sat down and talked. You know what?
Too late now.
Yeah,
No.
it's beyond that now.
It's too far gone. And if you notice, you ain't heard me, you ain't seen me say nothing about Jordan Settle on Facebook or on social media. I ain't talked about Jordan because up until a few days ago, Jordan could, me and Jordan fine, but when he made that post last Friday, he crossed the line. Because he should have come to me.
Yeah, I should
Face to
talk
face
about
with
that instead
If he
of
came to
posting
me
on
face to face,
Facebook.
we could have worked it out. But once you put it out for the whole world to see,
Yeah, ain't no talking. You don't
called me
let the whole.
in front of the whole world.
Yeah, he did. He talked junk.
So, anyway,
Got a lot of people on this
So-
bandwagon.
anyway.
Ethan Ford. I can't.
All right.
All right.
Girl, you don't look that bad, man. They make out like he John Dillinger. Everything happened.
Like he
Everything happened in the West
Incredible Hulk or
Indies.
something.
Squirrel did it. I'll tell you that thing right there.
Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah.
That's what I treat.
But
Try
we
to
need to
get
get it. But we need to get it off.
Yeah,
We need to get off of it. I know y'all. We need to get it off of you.
But that's the only thing keeping him out of jail and everything else. Thank you.
All right, Chuck.
Sure. Appreciate you.
I'll let you know how it goes when I sit down with tomorrow. But we got to get this thing.
It just, Larry just can't believe that case. Larry, he
And
had not heard
what I'll do, and I'm pushing the envelope on this. I really am. I'll push an envelope. And if I don't have any luck there, and my boy in Columbia, and he said, "Do another attorney want, then I'm going to talk. I'll call and make an appointment. I'll go see Alan Whitson, the Attorney General, and I'll sit down and I'll say, this ain't a good case. I got more experience than anybody, investigative experience than anybody's looked at this case. I said, it ain't a good case.
Now, Larry said, the other day, he said, if he would have took time to listen, he would have seen that with no case from the beginning. He said, I tried to tell him that from the beginning. He said that Angel and Wayne, they screwed that case up.
It's something it should be done. You ain't gonna get sick. This stuff done. Check the temperature. It's gonna be good at temperature. I already knew. I was in over 165. It's done.
And I read.